long ass couple of days, I can tell you that. Just quickly put the thingies out. I don't even, what number was it? A182. Oh, there you go, found it straight away. Lovely. What? Be with you in a second. God's sake, what's going on here? Got it. Dead hand, how's it going, my man? I'll start up in a second. I'm just putting out all the feelers on social media. How's you? You had a good week? I'll be with you in a moment. People are actually coming in. So I will start drawing in a second. I'm just putting everything out on social media. I've kind of rushed to start this. Because I've just gone and got my haircut, gone and got dinner. And again, as always, it runs longer than I thought it would. Social media, don't be annoying. How's everyone's week been anyway? Has it been good? Been up to much? All ready for Christmas, all that jazz? Post, clipboard. Right, I think we're ready now. We're ready. Oh, that sucks, man. Sorry to hear that. Good evening, Coob. How's it going? Been chill week. Good. I'm glad you had a good week. No, that sucks, that hand, about stomach buggage. Let me just check out the right one. I hope you're not too bad this weekend, and I hope you're recovering. Plenty of liquids, that's always what I got told. Wine red, 182, 182. Let's get it on. I've got no idea what I actually want to do for this one. So I think, in fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take inspiration from my black book. I don't know why, I always seem to get better results in my black book for the type of thing I want to draw. Okay, I think I know what I want to do. Right, 5 minutes of faffing, let's get it on. Yeah, it's a nice colour, this. I think I've used it on one drawing before. I'm sure I have. And I'm glad you're feeling better. I had a bit of a bug last week. Caught something off. I think I've mentioned before. Like I caught something off my daughter. Oh no, I don't think it was from her. I took her to a kid's party and I caught something whilst I was there. Trashed my sinuses. So I wasn't. My sleep patterns were all gone. And then this week I've just felt exhausted all week because I've not been sleeping when I've gone to bed, and then I've woke up. Obviously, taking the kids to school, I've just woke up feeling like I can't function, and it's kind of had a knock-on effect. But hopefully back on track soon. And yeah, the reason why I wasn't able to stream this yesterday is our cooker top. It's one of those ceramic ones, so it's like glass. Massive crack in the middle of it, and water's leaked in, like from condensation or whatever. And it's knackered one of the hobs, so when you switch it on, it shorts out the electrics in the house. I think it's like a safety thing. So the landlord had to come in, and we had to pay for a new one, which we weren't happy about, but it is what it is. But he said he'd fit it, and the time he came over to fit it was when I was getting the kids from school, so that delayed. When I got back with them, it completely delayed everything, so it delayed me getting dinner for them, getting them settled and sorted. So by the time I was done, I think it was about 7:30. So I'm like, yeah, there's no way I'm doing a stream now. It's just too late. So that's why I was not able to do it yesterday. So I said I'll pop on today between 3 and 4, again late because I had to go get my hair cut with the boy. But it's still early enough that it's not a problem. So thank you all for joining anyway. Like, you were kind of bang on time, you were waiting for me, so thank you again for popping in. I hope it's a good one, Coob. I do hope it is a good one. I'm going to try and, like I say, I found a bit of inspiration in my one of my black book drawings that I quite like the balance of it, and I think it will go well with this kind of deep colour. So I hope it's a good one, and it's a bit earlier in the day as well, so I don't have to like be that conscious of time, like it will just get done when it gets done, kind of thing. It's all good to things that happen. I appreciate it. It was just one of those shitty bits of luck that, you know, just like your normal everyday life just happens, and like it delays other things that you want doing. It's just frustrating is the word I would use. I had a I had a crack at some pixel art yesterday when I got like a little bit of time, like because I decided I wasn't going to stream, but still I kind of had like an hour or so to kill. I thought, right, I'm going to have a go at some pixel art stuff. So I tried again, brought up some references, brought up, you know, some sort of old school video games that, you know, use pixel art really well. And I think I'm going to do a bit more practice away from camera, but I do think I could get something with it. The reason I kind of had a crack at it before, but I wasn't all that keen on it, and I think the reason for that is I wasn't looking at it in the right way. I was trying to draw using pixel art the way I would draw on this, on like I'm drawing now, and it doesn't work that way. Like you've kind of got to think about it a bit differently. But yeah, I got a couple of shapes down and thinking, okay, I think I can actually make this work. I just need to think about it a little bit differently, iron out some things. Because I would like to actually make collages from it as well. Well, I've done. What I'll do is I'll take a picture of it. See what you think. I'll bring up what I did before. I really like it, but the way I was drawing it wasn't quite right, and it just took ages. Like it took hours, and I thought I don't want them to take hours. And I think it's the way I was drawing it. And like I said, there's a couple of bits within it that I think I could change to make it a bit better. But I think there's still like it's one of those where, you know, like you can see that there's something there, but you can't quite. It's just not quite nailed down yet. When it starts, I'll take a picture of it and I'll show you what I mean. Was that it? Yeah. So like initially, it would just be easier to take a picture of it. So initially, so they're the sort of basic shapes I've been playing with using pixel art. You can't massively see the pixels in that. but you can kind of see what I'm getting at. And I did a bigger piece a while ago. So that's just like basic shapes, how I would mess about with it. And I did a much bigger piece a while ago. I'll zoom in a bit. So that's what I did. That's just a small section of like a bigger bit that I did. And like when I was drawing that, I kind of figured out exactly. Like I'm quite happy with some of it, like the details, but the piece as a whole feels a little bit flat. So I'm trying to figure out how to kind of beef it out and chunk it out. Like when I draw the pictures on paper using ink, like one color and stuff, they still look like they've got a bit of depth to them. But when I kind of apply it to pixel art, they just look a little bit flat. So I'm like, but I do think there's something there. Do you know what I mean? Like I just need to figure out how to sort of flesh it out a bit. So I'll do some work away from camera to figure that out, and then I'll come back and start streaming some more stuff like that. Because it is fun to work on. It's just tightening it up a little bit. Because what I'd like to do is maybe print off sections of it and then make a collage out of it. I think that could be really fun. Fantastic, thank you. But yeah, it's just a little, when I get little sort of sections of time to work on that and all that kind of stuff, because it is really fun to work on projects like that. It can just be hard sometimes to figure out what the best way to like I say, flesh out all the details is. Right, I need to remember where to put the number. I'm going to put it on the left side, I think. The right, or left or right, left or right, in the middle. In fact, I might even put it here. Centre right, I might even put it there. Maybe right here. I think I'm going to do it now, actually. I'll put it there and then work around it. A182. That's not a great 2, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Get motivated and inspired by watching your work. Glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it, my man. Glad you do. I have not been inspired at all this week. But it's why I set these 2 streams up. One of the reasons, anyway. Because I think one of the things that helps me when I'm not inspired is to force myself to draw something. Because even if I'm not feeling it at the time, I can look back on it and go, you know, you still did it. Like, you still put the work in. I think it's more of a work ethic thing for me. Like, it's why the Black Book one was, especially why the Black Book one was set up. Started, but yeah, man, you've been on a roll as well, so I'll be looking forward to seeing that. Nope. But it is important that you keep asking me. You should keep asking me. Because what will happen is every time you ask me, I'll get more annoyed with myself that I haven't done it. So you should. I mean, again, it's this whole thing of every intention to do it this week, but this week has been the deadest week I've ever had in my life. Like I said, I barely scraped through Monday. I've just been completely out of it all week, and then obviously yesterday happened. But I said I'm not skipping yesterday. I'll do it today if I have to, even though today's normally like a day off from the world for me. I'll say Saturday is the one day that you don't think about drawing unless you want to, which more often than not I don't. Go and watch films with your kid, go and watch telly or play games or whatever. But you're away from this. That's a deliberate day away from your sketchbooks. But the streams are like, I get really anxious like if I don't do the streams, because it's something that, even though I've only got a small audience, it's like, you know, you've said that you're going to do this on this day and other people are involved. So even if there's a reason you can't do one day, you make it up somehow or whatever. I will say, I'll put it on after this as well, actually. I will not be live next Friday or the following Monday because I'm with my family for Christmas. And obviously I know no one's really going to have a problem with that, but it's still best to just say, just so everybody knows. But yeah, this Monday, the Monday coming up, that stream's still going ahead, but the Friday one isn't, because I won't be here. But no, seriously, Dad, and keep asking me if I've done it until I've done it, because it'll motivate me and it'll make me. It will keep on top of me to do it. I have had someone offer to buy it from me as well, which is nice. Excuse me. But I haven't priced it up yet, which I'm not going to do properly. I've got an estimate, but I'll do it properly when I finish it. But yeah, keep asking me until I've done it. I shall do just that. Yes, you should. Yeah, I remember you saying that before, and in fact, I remember you saying it the first time to me. That's what made me think, because I think I was going to lower it. I think I remember saying I was going to lower it by about £50, and you said no. If you think it's, you told me, you said if you think it's worth this, that's what the number is. And I said, you know what, you're right. And I say it to everybody. But I wasn't applying that same rule to myself. And then you said, no, just what you think it's worth, do it. So I'll always thank you for saying that to me, and I will. Annie, how's it going, my man? Good to see you. How's your week been? It's been a good one? Yeah, Saturday is not the new regular time slot for this stream. It's just yesterday was a bit of a clusterfuck, so I had to move it. And I'll probably, if there's any sort of times on a Friday, like if there's something happen on a Friday or a Monday where something comes up that I'm just not able to stream, I will find another day to do it. That's what I'll say. Oh, you still going on Star Trek, yeah? Having fun on it still? I haven't had a chance to play it. I did. I think I did add it to my um, Steam list though. I know it's free, but I mean my Steam list to download. I think I have added it to it because it looks fun. I wouldn't mind giving it a shot. Probably I'm addicted. Oh, congrats, man! What's your assigned duties in the new game? What is it you'll be tasked with? Oh, that's another series I need to catch up on. I think I've got about 3 or 4 of them, but I've only played the very first one. The first one was a strange one. I remember playing it thinking there's a few things in this that aren't great. Like just a couple of gameplay things that I'm not fully 100% about, but it was interesting enough that it made me think, yeah, I definitely want to continue playing this. And I've heard the second one was really good. I've heard a few of them are quite good. Oof, shoulder. Environment modelling a little less work since a lot of freshers wanting to work. Just keep it as light as possible. No, sounds good, man. First one is crap in my book. I think it got really high. It's one of those that the first one was a great idea. Like it was one of those games where when I first started playing it, I thought I've never seen a game like this before, and I thought it was a cracking idea. I just thought it was, like I said, it just wasn't executed brilliantly. Um, like I just thought there were a few gameplay issues that I thought this. I'm not a fan of this, but I thought there's enough of an idea and a game here that I'd definitely play it again. Or sorry, I don't mean necessarily that I've finished that one and I thought right, I'm done with this, but what I mean is I'd definitely be interested in playing other games of it. And I remember actually buying it, Assassin's Creed 2 not long after, but I didn't. I never ever got around to playing it. That and Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia is another one. I actually got the I think I got like a HD trilogy of Prince of Persia for a Christmas present years ago. I'm not even sure I've taken it cellophane yet. On the PS3. That's how old it is. What are you? Yeah. I got that. When did I get that? Was it for a birthday or Christmas? Still haven't got around to playing it. And I've heard they're actually really good, those Prince of Persia games as well. In fact, the last PlayStation game I played was that. And it was awesome. Loved them. 100% of the first one, and I'm nearly 100% of the second one as well. Now they just need to do a 3 and 4, but apparently they're different studios. So. I only play the Nokia version. No, wow. Yeah, playing it on a Nokia, that's challenging. No, fair enough, yeah. Yeah, you use what you got, haven't you? If all you've got is a Nokia, you'd take it over nothing. Gamer's got a game, that's it. If you're a gamer, you'll take it. They're not. Was it called the N-Gage? It looked a little bit like a Game Boy Advance. Is that the one? Not the same era, wasn't it? From Sideways, yeah. It was only for keypad-based phones. Yeah, I remember those days. You just reminded me, didn't Google recently do a... Was it a console or a phone or something? And it flopped massively. Was it the Stadia? Was that it? I don't know why they ever thought that was going to take off. You're going to casually compete with Nintendo, Microsoft and Sony, yeah? Let me know how that goes. Online streaming over piss poor servers and connection issues. Yeah, they were never gonna succeed, was it? Yeah, I remember early doors the PC Assassin's Creed games were disasters. I remember was it Unity, Assassin's Creed Unity? I remember a big thing around when that came out, like the nightmare fuel when there was like the faces were missing. You could just see the skeleton eyeballs underneath and stuff. Yeah, it's one of like if you play something as a when you were younger, like nostalgia has a big impact on like how much you personally enjoy that game. Oh, you can get back in there. So I was just checking the football scores then. Man City dropping points again. My sense of nostalgia is quite screwed. My first video game on a console was Super Mario Brothers on a bootleg console that you could get on a small. Went straight from that to Vice City. That's a hell of a jump, that. Yeah, that's quite a skewed kind of I suppose what's the word I'm looking for? Like a, I suppose, yeah, just a skewed jump from one, because that's not direct generations. That's like, what, there's 3 generations between those 2 games, is there? 2 generations? What was it? NES, SNES. What was Vice City on? PS2, wasn't it? So that's what, NES, SNES, PS1, PS2. Yeah, it's 3 generations. Flipping heck. First game I remember was on the Spectrum Sinclair, called Mr. Wino. It was a game my sister used to play all the time. She was really good at it, and I used to watch her play that. I was terrible at it. This little platform game. I remember other games for that, like Short Circuit. I think there was another one as well, where you were like in this dungeon and you had to kind of maneuver through that. But my first game that I played, oh no, because then we had the Amiga 500 and 500 Plus, and I used to play Rainbow Islands and Sensible Soccer, then WWE Wrestling, or WWF back in them days. What else did I used to play on that? The New Zealand Story. That was a cracking little game. It was hard, but it was really fun. It Came from the Desert, I think there was one called that. We had to fight these giant ants. What else was there? There's one called Stunt Racer FX. Robocod, I remember that. James Pond. That, you got that on the Amiga as well, though. Juxtaposition, yeah. It's a great word usage. I have got an Amiga emulator, but it's a bit of a pain to set up. But yeah, it was good. Good times. Have you boys seen the GTA 6 trailer? I don't know why, but I'm not like mega excited. Like, I've played GTA since the first one. Vice City and San Andreas are fantastic. If San Andreas was the theme of Vice City, there's your perfect GTA game. So I think gameplay wise San Andreas was better because it just built upon the first two, and it was loads and loads of things to do. Although there was one shitty mission where you had to get your swimming skill up to a certain amount, which was just annoying. Before you could actually do the mission. But the soundtrack and the feel and the characters of Vice City were just far better. So like if you merge those two together, then you're laughing. The modern community is gonna go crazy. Yeah, Sonic. When Sonic were really good. Well, I mean, they've kind of upped it again. I think they've realised that Sonic in 3D space doesn't quite work like Mario. But yeah, I don't know what it is about the new GTA game. I think it'll be fun. Like, I'll play with it. Like, I will get it. But I don't know. It just looks a lot of dressing to me. Like, I don't. There's no gameplay footage, so I'm like, I don't know really how to feel about it. Like, it looks gorgeous, but I don't know. I'm kind of lukewarm on it. Like, I don't think it looks bad, but I just don't think it looks insanely incredible either. It just looks. It looks like a GTA game. Which again, there's nothing wrong with that. It just hasn't got my juices flowing. I don't know why. Yeah, I know what you mean. That's kind of why I think I'd struggle with a Half-Life 3 game. But then Half-Life 3, like Half-Life has been dead for so long that there's kind of no one's talking about it anymore. So maybe it might be a good time to do Half-Life 3. Maybe that's what GTA needed to do. Maybe instead of having the 10-year hype, just leave it for 15 years when no one gives a shit anymore. Because the thing with Half-Life 2, that wasn't constantly being remade and rebooted, and they kind of just left it. I think there was like maybe one or two. I mean, there was episode 1 and 2, which were really good. There was Alex. There was like a couple of bits, but like GTA's kind of been in the forefront of everyone's mind because of the multiplayer. So you might be right. I don't know. Never played. I think Max Payne's another one that I've got on Steam that I've never played. But I remember it looking really cool, so I wanted to play, but just never got around to it. That was the bullet time one, wasn't there? Or was it someone named Elizabeth? If that's Max Payne, I won't know. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put my signature now, just so. Just so I know when not to draw. It's the neatest one I think I've ever done. I'll start doing my signature halfway through drawings from now on. I want to find the name of that game because it's hella long. You had to fight, you had to save the Queen. I don't know. Nice haircut, thank you very much. It needed doing. I look like a tramp. Yeah, I'd like to spend some time with the Max Payne games. Okay. Whew. Guess who just posted a new piece? This guy. Let's have a look at it then. Let's have a look. I mean, it's another banger. Again, it's your colour choice. Again, that blue is beautiful. Yeah, really good. Really, really good, mate. Superb. More than welcome. It's a really good piece, man. Really, really good. Just keeps making me think I need to get a iPad. That's what I've set my TikTok goal as. The iPad and Procreate Fund. Send me lots of roses so I can buy an iPad. Excuse me. Tried a fancy new technique to get that fade to white. Went really well with the blue. Yeah, it's a good combo. It's like the colour combo you'd use for like lightning. Looks really, really good. Oh my word, can't stop yawning! just gonna have another look at it. Hang on. Yeah, that's the thing that sticks out about it, like from your other ones. I mean, your other ones are already great, but that white fade on the blue, sort of fading out, really, really good. A buddy of mine is pestering me to play Rocket League, so I'm gonna hop out for now. No, you crack on, man. That's what Saturdays are for. You go and have some games of Rocket League, my friend. As always, thank you for joining and stopping by for a bit. Always appreciate it. You go and kick some ass, my friend. Get your Rocket League on. Oh, yeah. These pieces reminded me of how hacking code is depicted in film. Code is latching onto the code and corrupting it. I've done a piece like this before. It's kind of where I'm. Oh, excuse me, drawing inspirational, but yeah, like circuit boards behind panels and stuff. Yeah, there's like it's like the big ship, the kind of main inspiration for. I know what you mean with the panels and stuff, but it was like what made me think of this idea when I first did it was like the big sort of ships and structures where there'd be like blocks. I don't know, like there'd be like quarters for something, and then you could see kind of the circuitry and the pipes and stuff underneath it. Skynet. I need to watch Terminator again. Terminator 2 is my favourite film of all time. I watched that not so long ago with my son, actually. It was awesome. I'm being summoned by somebody. Terminator Genesis is my favourite. Said no one ever. God, yeah, that film is. I don't know which one I dislike more, that one or the third one. The third one is the one I keep going back to, thinking, no, it weren't that bad. And then when I go and rewatch it, I'm like, oh no, it is a piece of shit. It really is. Yeah, no, there's no hiding from that fact. Dark Fate I thought was okay. Some of the best CGI I've ever seen in that film. The opening scene of that. I liked Salvation. I thought it was good. I liked that it was different. I liked. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I like the feel of it. I can't describe it. Like, I love the design of the old Terminators and stuff in that film. I thought it was, but I just liked it. It's not amazing. Like, I don't think it's like a 5-star film, but I really enjoyed it. I do like that film. But yeah, I really didn't like Genesis at all. Really not a fan of that film. And the third one was just fucking. Never have I seen such a miscast as what was he called? Nick. He was in Sin City. What's his fucking name? Is it Nick Stahl? Was that his name? Was that his name? Nick Stahl? He was in Sin City as well. I haven't seen much of him since then. He was the orange bastard in Sin City. But yeah, he was a horrible choice. Sin City was awesome though. I really love that film. The second Sin City was trash. Never saw it. I actually got excited about it, and then I heard it was Dump Shower. So then I still would watch it just to see it. But it's just when you kind of put it further and further back in the pile of films that you're going to watch, and you just never get round to it. But yeah, I heard it was shit. So I just never bothered. There's a few films like that. Pacific Rim 2 is another one. Like, I loved the first Pacific Rim because it was just a big, silly, fun action film. And I thought, I'll definitely give the second one a watch. And then I heard it's just really, really not good. So then I kind of just go, meh, not bothered then. Again, I still would watch it. but I've just got no burning desire to watch it. Have you got any films that you would just never watch, that you would like if you went to your grave knowing you'd never seen these films, you wouldn't give a toss, and that you just got no desire or intention of seeing? One of them for me in that category is The Social Network. Like, I just don't give a toss about the story of Facebook. Nothing against the actors in it, but I don't care. Like, I mean, Zuckerberg seems like a tit anyway, and I've got no desire to watch a film about his life, and he comes across really bad in it as well. Apparently, that's one of them. I think Slumdog Millionaire is another one. Like, I couldn't care less about that film. Certain disaster movies as well. Is it the Twin Towers ones? There's like United 93 and a couple of others. Like, I'd rather just kind of like watch a documentary about that if I, was really curious. But I don't think I'd watch a film. I don't think I could. Second Pacific is hella watered down. Yeah, one of the big things that people complain about with the Second Pacific Rim is that the movement of the Jaegers didn't seem real. Like, they were moving too fast for how big they were. Like, what they captured in the first one really well was their size because of the movement and things like that. The Magic Mike movies, I'd probably give the first one a go. But mainly because I actually like Matthew McConaughey. I really like him as an actor. And he's meant to be quite good in it. But again, it's one of those that's way, way, way down on the list. Like, I wouldn't ever think, oh, I really want to watch those films. Human Centipede, that's one. Don't give a toss about ever seeing that. There's a few TV series as well that fall into that category where people love them, but I just don't have like a burning desire to see them. Like, I just don't really care either way. The new Fast and the Furious, yeah. Faster, I'd say I've seen them all till up to 9. 9 wasn't great. I think when The Rock seems like a bit of a douchebag nowadays, but I think it was the 5th one up until the 7th or 8th one, I thought they were fun. In fact, the best Fast and Furious movie is the Hobbs and Shaw movie with him and Statham. That's the best one. Yeah, there's a few TV shows as well that don't hold much interest for me. Yeah, do you know what? I was going to bring up that new Godzilla trailer. I haven't seen the trailer, but I've seen that clip where Godzilla's sprinting. And my first thought was, yeah, that looks like that Pacific Rim trailer. Yeah, I have seen the clip, and it just looks ridiculous. I've seen the first. Is it the first King? So I saw the 2000, was it 2005? That was, I remember it being. I remember loving it at the cinema, but then when I've thought about it, I'm like, that wasn't that great. The scene with the bugs is ridiculous. The CG is poor. The new Godzilla one was it 2014? That was a bit later than that, wasn't it? With Bryan Cranston. I remember liking that. The '98 Godzilla is just loads of fun. Um, Proper '90s fun. Kong Island, I quite liked actually. I thought that was pretty good. I've not seen Godzilla versus Kong, the one that's already out. I've not seen that, and obviously the new one. I have not seen either. But yeah, it was the thing with the Fast and Furious. I will have some sympathy with that movie franchise in that the story wasn't finished. Like obviously with Cypher escaping and stuff, but oh, is it was it the seventh one or the eighth one? But it was at the same time like you knew the story wasn't finished, but it still felt like kind of the end because of obviously they incorporated it into the story. Um, so yeah, it was kind of hard on that point, but the ninth one is just there was a scene in the ninth one that really annoyed me. Like I don't mind over the top stupid action. I actually like it a lot of the time. But there was one thing that just irritated me, which was there was a car. It was at the start of that film, and they're in the jungle, and there's a car that takes off like it's going to go across a bridge, like a wooden rope bridge, like across a canyon, and like the bridge gets snapped. The car kind of vaults off like the gap or whatever it is. The bridge snaps, and the car lands on the kind of rope bridge midair, and it kind of lands as if it's used the bridge to land on to get back on land. I'm like, that's impossible. That is nonsense. It really annoyed me. Yeah, that was the ninth one. They went into space. Yeah, and it was stupid. Again, I don't mind silly action. I actually really like silly action. There's lots of silly action films that I could point to that I think are really fun, but it kind of has to work within the realms of the film, and I just don't think that did. Godzilla gets a pass since it's inspired by the old goofy Japanese. Yeah, yeah. It's fun though. The '98 Godzilla's fun. I don't mind it. Godzilla vs Kong is better than King of the Monsters. I would watch that one. That one did look actually pretty good from what I remember, trailer wise. But yeah, some series like I just become, and then like I'll get burnt out on them. Like well, not necessarily burnt out, but I'll just be like, that's enough. Like, I think was it last on Monday we were talking about Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. Like, I really enjoyed all of those films, but like that was enough for me. Like the eight Harry Potter films, the three Lord of the Rings films. Really enjoyed that as a story from start to end, and I'm like, that's enough. I'm good. Like, I don't need to know anything more about this. Like, I'm not interested enough to say go and read the books or watch any of the spin-offs. Like, and I know the Hobbit films are kind of a bit too CG heavy. Like, they deliberately worked around as much as they could. I remember watching the making of the Lord of the Rings films, and they like tried to work around it as much as possible, so they didn't have to use CG as much. Like, you obviously have to use it at times, but just things like forced perspective, little tricks like that. Whereas in the Hobbit films, it seems to be a bit much. But yeah, I've just got no real desire to like the Hobbit or Fantastic Beasts. I've got no interest in them. Japanese got moved alongside the American one. They released Godzilla Minus One, which was hella serious. So Japan got its own Michael Bay, super duper patriotic. It's hard to find the balance in films like that because obviously you've got a giant lizard. And that's not to say you can't have a film like that in a serious manner, but it's quite hard to do. Oh, my shit does. My shit does. That's Scottish for soldiers. Soldiers. Shoulders. My shit does. Nuke in Japan. Japanese got a flipping heck. That's a bit heavy handed, isn't it, for a Godzilla film? You just reminded me of Cloverfield. I thought that was good. I've not seen any of the other ones. I've heard the Cloverfield paradox is crap, but that was it like mired in studio sort of infighting? Like it was meant to be one film, then at the last minute it got changed into something completely different, and it just ends up being a mess. There's the one with John Goodman. Is it Paradox Close? That looks pretty good. 10 Cloverfield Lane, that's the one. Yeah, I heard that was pretty good. I thought it looked alright. Sorry, my... Excuse me. John Goodman, yeah, it was really good. Yeah, I've heard it was good. Was made by to signify the atomic bombing. Yeah, that was in the... They focused on that a little bit in the 98 Godzilla one. I need to rewatch the Bryan Cranston one, because I can't remember. I remember liking it, I just can't remember loads from it. It makes sense. American Godzilla is kind of calm, but every single Jacken keeps destroying Japan. Yeah, yeah. In fact, that is Tokyo gets absolutely wiped, doesn't it? Godzilla Earth destroyed. I wouldn't mind actually giving those old ones a view. Well, I don't know how old they are, but just to sort of have a little look-see. But there's a few monster films. I remember on Netflix there's one called Troll that I wouldn't mind watching. I remember when that first came out, seeing the trailer for it, and I thought, oh, this looks alright. Was there one called We Kill Monsters as well? Or We Hunt Monsters, something like that? Destroy All Monsters, maybe. Oh, okay. They're all based off that first one. Seen there was a film, not a film, a series What's it called? My friends will know this. They've been posting about it in the group. Um, what's it called? Rebel Moon. That was it. I saw a trailer for it, and I thought, oh, this looks all right. It was streaming on Netflix, and I thought I like my kind of sci-fi stuff. I didn't know it was until my mates brought it up that it was one of Zack Schneider's things, and I was like, oh, is he still knocking about? Is he? Well, yeah. Well, he has been pretty recent. He did the Justice League, didn't he? And I thought it looks all right. I might give that a watch, and it's got absolutely slaughtered. I know Rotten Tomatoes did it dirty, although I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes at all. I trust audience scores more than the reviewers' scores. Ultraman. Don't think I know about Ultraman. The animated series of Batman got put on Netflix. Is it 1992? Around then it was made. I remember seeing a couple of episodes back in the day and thought they were really good. I wouldn't mind watching that. Love, 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 yeah. It's one of those that I missed as a kid, but I've always wanted to catch up with it. Because the ones I did manage to see, I thought were excellent. So I'm like, yeah, this is definitely one I'll keep an eye on. And they've just put it on Netflix as well, so I'm like, yeah, give me some of that. Mark Hamill as the Joker is iconic. Yeah, he certainly is. Like, even though I've not really seen the series, like, it's one of those things that like most people who are vaguely into sort of TV and film know about. Oh, we're 107 minutes. Battery 42. We're good. We're good. We'll have this done. No problem. Nay, bother. I'm happy with the tiles. I'm not adding any more tiles. I like the placement of them. I'm not doing anything to them. I'm just going to do the sort of under bits. This is one of those times where I don't need to unnecessarily fill out more and more shapes. What did I start watching not so long ago? I need to carry on with it because I really like it. The Orville with Seth MacFarlane. I forget the name of the other actors, but I've really enjoyed that. It's basically Star Trek Next Generation light. It's for me, it's that nice balance of it's clearly inspired by it, whilst clearly trying to do its own thing. It's a bit more satirical, deliberately so, and it's a lot of fun. I really like it. I have returned victorious. Nice, kicking some ass on the old rock. I think my son's playing that now. Actually, I can't tell. It's either that or Fortnite. I can't tell. Diamond 2, nice one. So toxic. I remember when I had like a 2 month stint on Rocket League, and I was kind of ranking up a bit, and I thought, should I cheekily get the battle pass? And I thought, no, because I know what'll happen. I'll stop playing it for like 3 months again, and then I'll have wasted it because I won't have got the sort of most out of it. Oh. Goodness me. My most played game on Steam, no signs of stopping. I think my most played game on Steam is... Was it Payday 2? I want to say Payday 2. I think I might have recently overtaken it with 2 Point Hospital. I don't know. I think I'm the same dead hand as well. Like the time commitment is just not doable. You have got me curious. What is my most played game on Steam? Oh, it was Construct 2. Well, that's not a game. But no, my most played game is 2 Point Hospital at 90 hours, then Payday 2 at 88, Halo Master Chief Collection 72, GTA 5 60, Pro Evo 2015 was 56 hours, San Andreas was 48, although about 9 hours of that can be accounted to the fact that I left it on pause for a day. Then Papers, Please, then Binding of Isaac, Left 4 Dead 2, Borderlands, Doom, Half-Life 2, Hotline Miami, GTA 4, Portal 2, Champions Online, Creativerse, Lego Star Wars, International Snooker, Spelunky, Team Fortress 2. My goodness. PvP Star Trek. I'm very much a filthy casual, but... Yeah, that's a good point, actually. City Skylines. Where's that on my Steam? City Skylines is all the way down. Arkham Asylum 17. I played a lot of Cities on Xbox though, so it's 11.8 hours on PC, but I played about 25 hours on Xbox. Oh yeah, I remember I bought a game called Cities XL 2012. Shovel Knight, what a game that is. Half-Life 2 Episode 1, yeah. So many games I need to play. $2,073 hours, No Man's Sky 480, Skyrim 286. I have not had a game on Steam that has hit 100 hours yet. I'm the filthiest of filthy casuals. Yeah, 90 is my maximum. I suspect I'll hit over 100 when I finish it. When I finish it. LOL. Bruv, what? 2,000 hours when you're eating and sleeping. 134. Mental health issues and a lot of free time. Yeah, it's shit in it. Like when you have mental health, makes you kind of do things in really sort of different ways. Like mine makes me shut off. Like mine makes me want to just go sleep and go. No, I just want to switch off for a bit and sleep. I don't want to do anything because I like to kind of, when I'm playing a game, I like to be locked into it. But I know what you mean with that though, Coob. Like sometimes if with having free time with your mental health. I think, in fact, I'd say if I don't know what the hourly count is, but Warzone would be my highest. But that's mainly used as a hangout with my mates, as opposed to taking the game ultra seriously. Like we end up, like I played it last night with my friends from school because obviously I don't get to see them in real life. We just end up doing stupid things. Like in the first Warzone, we just end up spray painting a room. Like we're not really playing it; we're just dicking about. So it would be Warzone, but I don't know. You can't really class that as playing it. We're acting like idiots. Yeah, get video gaming. I will argue with anyone is a wonderful pastime, but there's still so much snobbery surrounding it, and I'm like, what makes it acceptable to cane hundreds of hours on, say, the Game of Thrones box set, but you put in the same amount of hours on a video game, you're chastised for it. It's bullshit. Like what I thought in my mind as well. I thought Saturdays, because that's Saturdays are normally the day that I have off from the world, and I thought every Saturday I might pick a game that I've not played or I wouldn't normally play, like not a multiplayer game, but that'll be my allocated. I'll have like 5 to 7 hours a day just playing it, and that can be my like. Oh, I'm really looking forward to getting back to that on the Saturday. Like Breath of the Wild. I'm a big Zelda fan. Like I still haven't got through Breath of the Wild yet. I've barely started it, in fact. And make you violent, yeah. God, do you remember the Jack Thompson days? When he was trying. I was at uni when that was going on. Because we used to have discussions about it. Like, do video games really cause violence? It's like, no. If video games make you violent, then you're already messed up in the head. You have mental problems. Because it was always like American senators and people like that kind of going saying, oh, well, video games are this, that, and the other. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but aren't you the kind of Second Amendment kind of glazers? Which, by the way, I mean, I don't necessarily have anything against the Second Amendment, but you can't, on the one hand, say a digital representation of firing a gun is more dangerous than a 10-year-old firing a real one. Shut the fuck up. And sitting too close to give you square eyes. Oh, I remember that one as a kid, yeah. What's my battery on? Battery's losing its juice. What I might do is I might just do this section here. Quick background. My battery's gone down a bit quicker this time. Is my screen brightness too high? That might have drained it a bit quicker. Ah, no. Oh, did I leave my Bluetooth on as well? As that drained it a bit. Yeah, right, what I'll have to do then is, I've got pretty much most of this done as I wanted. What I'll do is I'll just do the kind of background here a bit. I love the background bits, thank you. Really, really like this one. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. If I don't say have a good festive season. No, thanks for popping by again, Coop. Have a great rest of the weekend, and if I don't see you before Christmas, you also have a very, very good Christmas too. Yeah, I know what you mean, Dead End. Like I said, it was based loosely off another drawing that I did that I really like. But I'm going to wrap this one up in a minute because my phone battery is dying. I think I left like the screen brightness up a bit and the Bluetooth on. I was using it to. I connected it to like a little mini speaker I've got when I was downstairs. I think that's eating up a bit of the battery. I think that kind of works actually. A couple of the shapes thickened out. Only a couple of them though, not all of them. I think I like that. I think really early on, I think I thought about doing all of them, but I forgot. I think I'm going to leave that there. I am actually happy with that. I think I was going to do some. I think the reason I was going to thicken them out is because I was going to detail inside the panels, but I'm not going to have time to do it. And I was more interested in the sort of behind the detail kind of thing. But I'm going to leave that one there. But I am happy with that. I was. You never know how these are going to go, but I'm going to leave that one right there. Oh, but again, sorry I wasn't able to do this on Friday again. Like I said, I'm not going to be about next Friday or the Monday after because it's Christmas. So the last stream I will be doing before Christmas will be the one on Monday, this coming Monday, which is the 18th. But I will not be on again probably until the 29th. But that's a maybe. I think the 28th and 29th are 2 days where I'm not doing anything, I think. But yeah, so I'll be on again on the 18th, which is Monday. I won't be here Friday the 22nd or Monday the 25th. Monday's 25th being Christmas Day, obviously. But yeah, so Monday will be the last stream I'll be doing for a couple of weeks. But yeah, I'll call that one there. Thank you to everyone who came in. Dead Hand, Annie, Coob. Always good to chat to you guys. Thank you so much for coming in on Saturday as well. I know it's not the normal day. So I appreciate it. I hope the piece I've done here has been acceptable for the extra day's wait. But like I say, have a very good rest of the weekend, and I shall hopefully see you on Monday.